The sun glints off the glass towers of downtown Orange County as I stare at the audit file on my desk. The name Elegant Spaces Design catches my eye familiar like a ghost I thought I'd buried. My senior partner Maria leans over my cubicle, her voice sharp with approval. "Lila, this is solid. The IRS just moved this to criminal fraud. Those fake vendor invoices? Textbook tax evasion." I nod, my fingers brushing the nameplate, Lila Marquez, forensic accountant. I've spent 3 weeks untangling 76 questionable transactions, and something about the pattern nags at me. Too precise, too calculated, like the way someone I once knew used to arrange flowers or stage a living room for a photo shoot. The drive home to my studio condo in Costa Mesa takes 18 minutes. Traffic on the 405 is light for a Thursday, and I pull into the garage. Glancing at the sticker on my dashboard, Orange Coast College, class of 2018, I bought this place 2 years ago. 720 square feet with a down payment saved from 6 years of grinding barista shifts, freelance bookkeeping, late nights studying for my forensic accounting certification. Inside, the space is sparse but mine. A thrifted leather couch, a framed certificate on the wall, a ceramic mug from my first mentor, Rosa. No one gave this to me. No one can take it away. My phone buzzes, an unknown number with a local area code. I let it go to voicemail, heating up leftover quinoa and black beans I prepped Sunday. Meal prep was a habit I picked up at 18 when every dollar stretched to cover rent at the Youth Haven shelter. Now I make $98,000 a year, have $82,000 in my 401k, $40,000 in emergency savings, and zero debt. I paid off my student loans last year, a weight I carried since community college. Curiosity gets the better of me. I Google Elegant Spaces Design and the website loads corporate headshots. A portfolio of luxury homes, and there, third from the left, is Elena Marquez, creative director. My mother, I haven't seen her face in 12 years. Her hair is streaked with blonde, her smile perfect. The same one she wore in the Instagram posts she used to flaunt to her 300 followers. I scroll to her profile. A 2020 post about maximizing business deductions through strategic vendor partnerships, the exact scheme I flagged in the audit. My stomach drops. I've just put my own mother in the IRS crosshairs. The voicemail notification blinks. I press play and a voice cracks through, raspy, older, familiar. "Lila, it's Javi. Please. Mom and Dad are in trouble. The IRS, they're talking prison. I'm at the Starbucks on Newport Boulevard. I'll wait all night, please. Javi, my brother." I haven't heard his voice in 5 years. Not since that drunk call at 3 a.m. when he sobbed and confessed but couldn't bring himself to tell the truth to our parents. I recorded that call. California is a one-party consent state. I didn't need his permission. I grab my keys and the past crashes over me, sharp and unforgiving. It was October 17th, 2012. I was 17, Javi 22. He'd just lost his spot on the UCLA baseball team, his dream, our parents' pride. I was in the garage, finishing my homework when I heard the crash, metal bending, glass shattering. I ran inside to find Javi standing over his baseball gear bat snapped in half, trophy shattered, jersey torn. His face was red, tears streaming. "What happened?" I asked, reaching for him. But his expression shifted panic to cold calculation. "You did this," he said, quiet and deadly. "You're jealous I got the scholarship. Jealous Mom and Dad care about me more. You threw my gear against the wall." I froze. The garage door opened and our parents walked in, Dad in his tailored suit, Mom in a designer dress, fresh from a charity gala. They smelled like wine and expensive perfume. Javi burst into tears, falling into Mom's arms. "She didn't, Mom. She's been jealous for months. She ruined everything." Dad's voice boomed, a sound I'd never heard before. "Is this true, Lila?" I shook my head, begging them to listen. "No, he's lying." I saw him. Mom cut me off, her voice sharp with disgust. "Enough. We know how bitter you are. You've always hated that Javi's the one who matters." Dad dragged me to his home office, slamming the door. He slid a piece of paper across his mahogany desk. His company letter had a confession stating I destroyed property valued at $15,000. "Sign it," he said, slapping me across the face when I hesitated. "Sign it or I call the police. Vandalism over $10,000 is a felony in California. You'll never get into college. You'll be nothing." My hand shook as I signed, the letters messy, illegible. He smiled, cold and satisfied. "Good girl." Mom was in my room, shoving my clothes into garbage bags, taking photos with her phone. She posted them to her Instagram, captioning, "Our daughter, consumed by jealousy, destroyed her brother's future. Tough love means letting her face the consequences. Pray for our family." Her followers flooded the comments. "You're doing the right thing. How could she be so cruel? No one asked for my side." By 9 p.m., a locksmith arrived, changing the locks while I stood outside in 55-degree drizzle. Dad handed me a backpack, $15 in cash. "Don't come back until you learn respect," he said. The door shut and I heard the lock click. I stood there for 40 seconds, waiting. It never opened. I walked 2 miles to Youth Haven, a shelter for homeless teens in Santa Ana. I slept on a cot that night. Freezing hungry, but I didn't cry. I couldn't afford to. The next morning, I went to the public library, charged my phone, and searched for shelters. Rosa, a caseworker at Youth Haven, found me there, bought me a burrito, and offered me a bed. "You don't have to tell me what happened," she said, "but you're not alone." She introduced me to Mr. Torres, a retired accounting teacher who volunteered at the shelter. "You're good with numbers," he said after our first GED prep class. "Forensic accounting, you could find the truth in a pile of lies." I passed my GED 6 months later, scored high enough for a scholarship to Orange Coast College. I worked at a Starbucks on campus, 25 hours a week, and declared accounting as my major. I made the dean's list twice, started doing freelance bookkeeping for local small businesses, and saved every penny. When I transferred to UC Irvine, I had a 3.9 GPA and 45 credits. I graduated in 2018, got my forensic accounting certification, and took a job at a firm in Irvine. I bought my condo at 28, paid off my loans at 29. I built a life they said I'd never have, but I've been gathering evidence too. The morning after they kicked me out, I logged into Javi's cloud account. His password was his baseball jersey number, 12, something I'd known since we were kids. He had a security camera in the garage, used to record his practices. I downloaded the footage. Javi alone, smashing his gear, screaming about failing, about letting our parents down. I saved it to a USB drive, uploaded it to a secret email, backed it up 3 times. Javi deleted the footage that night, told our parents the camera broke. Too late, I had proof. Over the years, I collected more. Texts from Javi's former teammate, Tyler, confessing Javi had been drinking the night he destroyed his gear. A receipt from a sports equipment shop showing Javi had repaired his bat 3 weeks before the incident. He'd lied about it being new. The drunk voicemail from 2018 where he admitted he'd framed me. I didn't know when I'd need it until now. I pull into the Starbucks parking lot, spot Javi immediately. He's 34, gray at the temples, eyes bloodshot, a far cry from the cocky baseball player he once was. He stands as I approach, hands shaking. "Thank you for coming," he says. I sit, no pleasantries. "What do you want?" He exhales, leaning forward. "Mom and Dad are facing 5 years in prison. Their lawyer says if you write an impact statement, say we've reconciled, the judge might give them probation. Please, Layla, they're old. Dad's 67, Mom's 65. Prison would kill them." I pull out my laptop, open the video file, and turn the screen toward him. The footage plays Gavi screaming, smashing his gear, the time stomped clear. His face pales. "You've had this the whole time." 12 years, I say. I needed to survive first. To build a life where the truth mattered. I set 4 folders on the table. Tyler's text, the repair receipt, the voicemail tripped, the camera footage. "I'll write the letter, but only if you do 3 things. Anything," he says. First, post a public confession on Instagram's same account Mom used to destroy me. Tell everyone you lied, that they kicked me out for something you did. Second, they pay back my college fund $40,000 plus 12 years of interest, $65,000 total. They stole my future. They pay it back. Third, family therapy 6 months weekly. No exceptions. Javi's jaw tightens. What if they refuse? Then I send all this to the IRS prosecutor and suggest they add child abandonment and fraud to the charges. "I know how to document abuse, Javi. Don't test me." He cries, then real tears, not the performance from 2012. "I was scared," he says. "Scared of failing them, of being nothing. I let you take the fall because I thought I had more to lose. You failed at being human," I say, "but you can fix it. Tell the truth." He nods, wiping his face. "I'll do it, tomorrow, in person." I pull out my phone, hit record. "I'm documenting this, for insurance. We shake hands, his hand cold, mine steady. I stand, walk out, and don't look back. 3 days later, Javi sends me a screenshot of his Instagram post. He confesses everything, the lie, the framing, the way our parents turn their backs on me. His comment section blows up apologies, anger, shock. Mom deletes her account hours later, but it's too late. That afternoon, my bank alerts me, $65,000 wired into my account. I sit on my kitchen floor and cry, not for the money, but for the acknowledgement. The first time they've admitted they were wrong. Family therapy starts the next month in a neutral office in Irvine. Mom cries through most sessions. Dad mutters about errors in judgment. Instead of apologizing, Javi sits silently. I set the pace, no relitigating the past, no guilt trips, just truth. In March, I write the impact letter, telling the judge I believe in second chances, the kind I never got. The judge sentences them to 5 years probation, $580,000 in restitution, 200 hours of community service each, no prison. Now it's April. I stand at my condo window, watching the sunset over the Pacific. The frame certification on the wall glows, a reminder of how far I've come. In my desk drawer, the USB drive sits labeled October 17, 2012. I don't need it anymore, but I won't delete it. It's proof I existed when they tried to erase me. They thought they'd broken me, but they only gave me the foundation to build something unshakable. I'm 30 years old, and I'm not their victim. I'm the architect of my own life, built on truth, boundaries, and the quiet strength they never saw in me.